Draft day is tomorrow.
Welcome back to DMVSportsZone.
Chased down by Beal in the corner for three, gets fouled and hits.
Welcome to DC.
Well, they tied him out.
You know where you're at, the USA cap. You're taking it slightly, I'm taking it slightly. Now how you gon' act on you gon' be right back. When we gon' be right here, we gon' be right here. We ain't going nowhere. Welcome to DC. DC, the home of Chuck Brown. Oh, you don't know the sound? Well, let me break it down.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Abdullah coming at you with another video for the channel. Welcome back to the DMV Sports Zone. And in today, guys, I'm coming at you with my thoughts before the NFL 2022 draft. I can't wait, guys. It's been such a long wait, and now it's finally here. Before I get in this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more DMV sports content. And let's get straight to the video. Before we talk about the NFL and the draft in general, let's talk about some guys for the Commanders that have been on the news recently for the past couple of days, starting with Montez Sweat. The Commanders are exercising his fifth-year option for the team, $11.5 million. And I think this is a great idea. You know, Montez, he was in the same draft class, 2019, with Dwayne Haskins. We traded back in the first round, 26 overall with the Indianapolis Colts. We love trading with the Colts for some reason. Obviously, we thought him and Chase would be an iconic pass-rushing duo coming into last season. We thought they were going to break a record, but quite honestly, they were overhyped. I don't know if it just got to their head or maybe they just couldn't. They folded. Who knows? But you know, Chase got hurt. Montez was dealing with injuries as well. So I think this is a great idea because he has improved it. We think Montez Sweat is his premier elite pass rusher, but at the end of the day, he only had 4.5 sacks last year. Was on and off. Like Chase Young would disappear too. You know, we all know Chase had 1.5 sacks, but there were times where we questioned ourselves as fans and said, who's the pass rushers for this team? Guys like the backup edge rushers were performing better than Montez, and it started to make us think as fans, like, was it worth it taking him at pick 26? I still think he can play up to that level, but maybe last year was a setback because, you know, a lot of injuries around the defensive line and maybe injuries within himself. So this is a great move, $11.5 million, exercising his fifth-year option. I love it. Tez is here to stay. Hopefully he plays great this upcoming year. Double-digit sacks, that would be nice. And then maybe, just maybe, we'll give him that contract that he wants because we all know the defensive end market is just going to get, you know, higher and higher, more expensive. Montez is here to stay. I'm happy about that. And another defensive player, defensive lineman Daron Payne from Alabama, has been in talks reportedly in trades, or let me rephrase that. The Commanders have reached out to other teams and wondered where his value would be if he was available. And quite honestly, guys, Duron Payne, same with Montez, I just don't think he's good, but he's not that Jonathan Allen type of player who we thought he could be. And again, it also doesn't help the fact that he punched Jonathan Allen on national television against our division rival. I know we moved on from that, but at the end of the day, Ron Rivera, culture, that's what matters here in Washington. Aside from, you know, Dan Schneider and doing what he wants to do, culture on the field, it matters. And on the field as well, he hasn't been performing great. So, a guy that I honestly love, I don't want to see him go because we already lack depth at the defensive line position. We lost Tim Settle. He went to Buffalo. Matt Ioannidis we cut. I think now he's in Carolina. We lost, who else? I'm thinking of someone else. Tim Settle, Matt Ioannidis. Well, maybe just those two. I'm tripping. But those guys, they were huge for us. We had depth, and now we don't have depth. And if we get rid of Daron Payne, now it brings up the question where, let's say we trade Daron Payne. And quite honestly, I don't think we're going to get more than a third-round pick. If we're lucky, the team is desperate, a second-round pick. But second and third-round pick, I don't mind, obviously, because, you know, we need the draft capital. But if we do trade Daron Payne, it brings up the question where if we trade back from pick 11 and even get more picks, are we going to take a defensive tackle in the first round? A guy like Jordan Davis from Georgia? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think defensive tackle is in need. But if we trade Daron Payne, our defensive line is going to be it's going to be the same position that it was a couple years ago, where it was just terrible. So the interior linemen, like, it's worrying, and I understand if we knew that Daron Payne was eventually we're not going to extend him, then why would we allow, like, why wait till now? Why not trade him at the beginning of the offseason? We don't want it to be the same situation with Trent Williams where we let a talent, a great talent. I know Duron Payne isn't Trent Williams when it comes to his position, but we got Trent Williams for a third-round pick, and he's arguably the best left tackle in football. We can't let it happen again where we just let a premier player go, or even a good player go, in this case Daron Payne, for a bag of chips. It doesn't make any sense. It would be dumb. We can't have this repeat the same mistakes again. So if we trade Duron Payne, let's get some second and third round picks, and now we go to pick 11. Quite honestly, guys, draft day tomorrow, 8 p.m. Probably gonna pick around like 9 because it takes so long for the first round to fly. I really think if Kyle Hamilton's there at 11, you take Kyle Hamilton. If Kyle Hamilton isn't there, you call up those. We call up those teams that need a QB, such as Pittsburgh or the Saints, and there's probably more teams as well. I can't think of them right now. You tell them, yo, Malik Willis is here. Kenny Pickett's here. Come on, let's make a trade. Kansas City, 29 and 30. They have 2 first-round picks. I wouldn't mind that. I would probably a little bit more, but I wouldn't mind that trade. I wouldn't mind trading with Kansas City. Now, granted, we trade back. We get a guy like Jameson Williams, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson. All those guys, I'm fine with those 3 if Kyle Hamilton isn't there at 11. But you don't draft Drake London. Guys, you know I don't like Drake London. A lot of people are saying he's on Washington's big board. No. There's separation concerns, and we saw a guy with separation concerns in Washington not too long ago, Josh Doxson. So don't take Drake London. I understand, he might be talented and all, but I want a guy that can take the top off of defense. Imagine Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin, and Curtis Samuel. The Buckeyes receiving core with Carson Wentz, a guy that can throw the ball downfield. Offense, sky's the limit with AG and hopefully an above average offensive line. So those are my thoughts on what we should do at pick 11 and the recent news for the Commanders. Hopefully, Daron Payne, I don't want him to get traded, but if he gets traded, it's going to be a concern because we're going to have no depth at the defensive line position. And if we take a guy early, if we take a defensive lineman early, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe we trade Daron Payne in the middle of the draft, who knows. But that's pretty much it, guys. Montez Sweat is here to stay, exercising his 5th-year option. Daron Payne, his future is kind of up in the air. And the NFL draft is tomorrow. I can't wait, guys. I can't wait. Let me know your thoughts on what the Commanders should do at pick 11. Should we trade back? Should we take a guy like Jameson Williams at 11? Is that too early? And yeah, make sure to follow us on our social media at DMVSportsZone, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I love the TikTok page because obviously I run it. Peace. Hail to the Commanders. Don't draft Drake London.